Think about a suitcase. Now, think about a wheel. For thousands of years, humans used wheels. For over a century, we used suitcases. Yet the rolling suitcase wasn't patented until 1972. It feels absurd, doesn't it? How could nobody see something so simple? The answer isn't that people were less intelligent. It's that our brains are wired in a way that makes the present solution seem like the only possible outcome, effectively hiding the struggle that came before it. This phenomenon is a powerful cognitive illusion that shapes our entire understanding of history and progress. This illusion has a name: hindsight bias. It's the tendency to believe, after an event has occurred, that you would have or could have predicted it. Your brain isn't just remembering the past, it's actively rewriting it to create a cleaner, more coherent story. When a new piece of information, like the wheeled suitcase, becomes common knowledge, our mind seamlessly integrates it into its timeline, trimming away the uncertainty that existed before the invention. It's a mental shortcut that makes the world feel more predictable, but it robs innovators of their true genius, the ability to see a solution when it was anything but obvious. But why is it so hard to see these solutions in the first place? Try this. You're given a candle, a book of matches, and a box of thumbtacks. Your task is to attach the candle to a wall so that its wax doesn't drip onto the floor. Most people struggle. They try to tack the candle to the wall or melt it. The solution is to empty the box, tack the box to the wall, and use it as a shelf for the candle. This puzzle reveals a cognitive hurdle called functional fixedness. Our minds get stuck on the intended purpose of an object, in this case, seeing the box only as a container for tacks, not as a potential component of the solution. Overcoming this fixedness is the secret. In 1968, a scientist named Spencer Silver was trying to create a super strong adhesive for the aerospace industry. He failed. Instead, he created the opposite, a very weak, pressure-sensitive adhesive that you could stick and re-stick without leaving residue. It was a solution without a problem. For 5 years, it was useless. Until a colleague, Art Fry, grew frustrated with bookmarks falling out of his choir hymnal. He suddenly realized that Silver's failed glue was perfect for creating a bookmark that would stick but not damage the pages. The Post-it note was born from repurposing a failure. This isn't just a happy accident. It's a fundamental principle of how innovation works. Scientist Stuart Kauffman calls it the adjacent possible. Imagine you're in a house with 4 rooms, and each room has a few doors leading to new, undiscovered rooms. You can't jump to a room 10 doors away. You can only step into the ones connected directly to where you are now. Innovation is the act of opening one of those adjacent doors. The Post-it note required the existence of paper, adhesive chemistry, and the concept of a bookmark. Only then could the door to the Post-it note room be opened. Let's go back to the suitcase. The wheel was an ancient room. The suitcase was a 19th century room. They were not adjacent. What was the connecting door? The modern airport. Before the 1970s, travel was different. Porters handled luggage. But with the rise of mass air travel came enormous terminals and long walks from the curb to the gate. Suddenly, a new problem space appeared. Bernard Sato, the inventor, saw people struggling and connected the 2 existing technologies to solve this new, specific problem. The invention wasn't just wheels plus a suitcase. It was wheels plus a suitcase plus an airport. Sometimes a new door is opened, but nobody goes through it for decades. In the early 1960s, scientists at Corning created an incredibly strong, chemically strengthened glass they called ChemCore. They tried to sell it for car windshields, safety goggles, and telephone booths, but it was expensive and nobody wanted it. For nearly 40 years, this amazing material was a laboratory curiosity. Then, in 2006, Steve Jobs was designing the first iPhone. He needed a screen that was thin, light, and impossibly scratch-resistant. He needed Gorilla Glass. The technology had been latent, waiting for the adjacent possible to catch up. An invention is never just an object. It is a node in a vast network of other technologies and social structures. Consider the electric car. In 1899, electric cars were common, often outselling gasoline-powered ones. They were quiet and easy to use. But the network favored gasoline. The discovery of cheap crude oil, the invention of the electric starter for gas engines, and the build-out of a national gas station infrastructure made the internal combustion engine the obvious choice. Today, that network is changing. Advances in battery chemistry, software, and a growing concern for the environment are making the electric car seem obvious all over again. So, what makes an invention seem obvious? Hindsight. Obviousness isn't a property of an idea. It's the feeling we get when we can finally see the straight line through the maze of cognitive biases, material limitations, and economic dead ends that the inventor had to navigate. We see the finished puzzle, not the scattered pieces. The next obvious invention is all around us right now, but it's not an object. It's a connection, waiting to be made between two rooms that, for now, seem to have no door between them.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.